the Chatham Journal, and I am in the new Green Beagle. Do you guys know how that name came up?
So Green Beagle Lodge is from our owners. We are a green facility with an emphasis on reusable and sustainable products and initiatives. We have always been a huge fan of beagles. That's just near and dear to our heart. And then, as you can see, the lodge is what we do, and it's our aesthetic. It's a home away from home for people and for pets.
Now, you say you're particularly favorable towards beagles, but that doesn't mean that's the only.
That doesn't mean that's the only breed we take. No, we are not breed restrictive. We want to make sure that everybody is here to have fun, have a great time, but it doesn't matter what you look like.
And you forgot to properly introduce yourself on your video. And
my name is Kathleen Marshall. I'm the Director of Operations with Green Beagle Lodge.
And you're coming down from Chapel Hill to help set up the operation here?
Yes.
All right, which one of you can answer this question? How many pets can you put into this facility?
Currently, I'm married to Mez. I'm the general manager here. Currently, we have space for 115 pets. That will get larger when we build phase 2. We'll be able to take over 200 dogs.
All right. And how big is the facility right now?
How big is our facility right now? In terms of square footage, we have almost 13,000 square feet in this facility.
And that's fully built out, or
not fully built out yet.
Yeah, I'm going to keep you jumping here.
Okay, great.
Whoever can answer the question back, there'll be a puppy treat at the end of this.
Ooh, yay!
Oh yes. What's the favorite puppy treat that you have found?
There are a huge variety of treats that we have seen. My favorite are the different ones from From. That one in particular that my dog loves smells exactly like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh, my dog likes peanut butter too.
Oh yeah, my dog is very old, but she will definitely get a hustle on for some peanut butter.
What's your definition of very old?
She's 12. She's a Beagle Tick Hound mix. And she's getting up there, but her nose works just as well as ever.
So my new Beagle was in there.
Oh yeah.
All right, now, is there age restrictions as to what animals you can accept? Because you mentioned your dog is about 12 years old, so you go from what to what?
So our minimum age is 4 months old for boarding, grooming, and daycare services. Our training classes, because they are grouped with other puppies of similar vaccination status, they can be less than 4 months old. But when our dogs start to become our super seniors, we really want to tie in the vet to make sure that this is an environment that is going to be good for them. They may have different physical needs that we can't meet in our facility.
And what's your definition of a super senior?
Well, it's going to depend on breed. For some of our little guys, 13 and older. For some of our larger pets, those big guys like our Great Danes, it could be as young as 8 or 9.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's pretty much the standard. And this is up to any of you three. First one gets a treat. Why should somebody consider bringing their animal to board with you? Or to train with you, or what are the services you offer? You offer boarding and training and...
Boarding, grooming, daycare, and training.
The finger went this way. All right. No pressure, go ahead.
Yes, we offer boarding, grooming, daycare, and training.
Okay.
We are the best in the industry. Our team is knowledgeable, compassionate, we're all pet lovers. Every single person that has been hired to work here absolutely loves dogs and cats.
Do you get more dogs or more cats?
More dogs. Because we specialize in off-leash play, it is very popular for our dogs for our boarding and daycare programs. Cats don't really like leashes, and they're always off-leash, so it doesn't matter for them.
So that term of herding,
like herding cats.
Herding cats, okay. But you could handle that if you needed to.
We could handle that if we needed to, absolutely.
All right. What happens in the training? What kind of training do you do?
Well, that would be a good question to ask our trainer, Whitney, who's here right now. Would you like me to grab her? I'll grab her because it would be really good for you to talk to her.
Okay.
I love being recorded. It's my favorite.
We'll ask some other questions here. Rory.
Oh dear.
Hey, give us a tour shortly.
I am, I guess.
What's the best part about working here?
Oh boy. Every day there's an opportunity to work with amazing dogs, and every day there's kind of a new dynamic. There's always different people, different types of dogs coming in, different kinds of cats, and getting to understand their personalities, getting to know the breeds better every single day. I love expanding that knowledge and just becoming kind of just a better pet owner, better pet caretaker.
Caretaker.
Now, are you a athlete here?
I am not. I am part of the marketing team.
Oh, okay. So you're not the alpha male?
I am not the alpha male. I am the beta, or maybe somewhere else down the line. Some further letter.
Have you found a trainer yet?
Yes, she is right on her way out.
She's getting ready. Oh my
Here
gosh,
she
you're the
is.
trainer. No pressure.
Oh,
Hey,
you
we
look
were-
very nice. I love your jacket.
You love being recorded?
I'm gonna have to get used to it, I guess.
You will, because now you're famous. I hear you're the best trainer in Pittsboro.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll see if I can live up to that.
All right, great. What kind of training do you provide here at the Green Beagle?
So I am doing private lessons. I'm doing group classes. Currently, I'm going to have a puppy class and a beginner obedience class starting next week.
Okay.
I'm hoping to add on to that in the future. I also provide daycare training. So when dogs come into daycare, they can receive some training while they're here. I'm also going to offer board and train programs, which are typically going to be about 2 weeks or so.
Now, when you say board and train program for 2 weeks, what specifically what are some of the highlights of something like that?
So things that are really great for board and train are things like manners, basic obedience. It's a perfect time to kind of get your basic behavior started with like adolescent dogs and that sort of thing as well. So it's really just a good time to cover a whole bunch of different stuff. And then I also make sure to transfer those skills to the owners as well after the board and train. So it's not just about me working with the dog, it's also making sure that the owners understand how to continue that training when they go home.
So what's the most important dog etiquette you can teach a dog?
Oh my, there's so many things. One of the common things I would say is jumping up.
Okay.
And so typically when I'm working with a lot of adolescent dogs, the jumping up comes up a lot, mouthing, just the name response is such a huge foundational behavior as well, because if you can get the dog's attention, then you're going to be able to interrupt a lot of other problematic behaviors also.
All right. What's your biggest success?
Oh my, there's so many, I have so many wonderful students and amazing dogs that I've had. I would say probably in the last year I have a long-term student who has a doodle, and she's done such a wonderful job. She's taken 4 of my group classes, and she's worked really hard, and I'm just so proud of them. And she now has, her dog's about a year old, and she's been getting her to start healing, and she's learning some basic obedience, and she's preparing for agility.
Now,
So.
when she graduates, are you going to give her a little graduation certificate?
Oh, well, actually, some of my students in the past have gotten graduation certificates as well as ribbons. So the students love the rosette ribbons that they put on the dog's collar and take a picture. So we always try to
And
give
you
them
train
something
them not to chew on the ribbon, right?
Well, hopefully.
Hopefully.
I can't promise or any guarantees, but I can always make sure that my students and clients receive the support they need if they're still having trouble.
And which breed of dog, I know what one person will answer that question, which breed of dog is the easiest to train?
I really don't know that it's dependent on breed so much as it is about kind of the personality of the dog as well as the owner and the bond and commitment the owner has with the dog. That I find if the owner and the dog really click and are able to communicate well, then that also typically goes better for training.
So it sounds like the most successful training you do is training that involves a partnership between the dog and the dog dad or dog mom.
Absolutely. Yeah, communication is the biggest thing. Helping the human understand what the dog is trying to say, and then helping the human to understand, what can I do to support the dog and help the dog learn the behaviors they need to learn, and how can I best teach that? So it's really about teaching people to become trainers themselves.
All right, so it's a multi-task type of training program.
Absolutely.
All right.
This is Heidi Buck. She is our head trainer in our Chapel Hill location.
Okay, and you're down here to help Whitney out.
Yes,
All
yes,
right.
for sure.
What can you tell us about what skill levels you're bringing down from Chapel Hill to Pittsboro?
I do all my training up in Chapel Hill.
Okay.
My basis is in obedience training and agility training.
Did you say agility training?
Yes.
What exactly is agility training?
Agility training is the obstacle course where the dogs have to go through a course. They go over jumps, they go up big A-frames, and they have to do like a 18 to 20 obstacle course. And
Are you running some kind of Olympics here, Green Beagle Olympics for dogs?
hey, that's a good idea.
There you go. That's
I think we can definitely get
What's the importance of agility training?
It's a lot of fun for the handler and the dog, and it creates a really good bond. Any training you do creates a really good bond, with your dog and the owner.
Now, Whitney mentioned it's the partnership between the dog owner and the dog is important.
Yeah.
what are the requirements on so much the dog's owner versus the dog? Because you touched a lot on what the dog needs to do, but on the
Yeah,
owner itself.
I think it's really important to include the owners in the training, because anybody can train a dog and get it to behave if you're an experienced trainer, but then you give it over to the owner and the dog, dogs are very situational. So I think it's important to include the owner in the training so that the dog has consistency.
How long have you been with the Green Beagle?
About 3 months, not very long. I'm fairly new. I came from Florida.
All right. Now, Whitney says she's had a lot of successes, and she can't remember her best success. Do you remember your best success?
For myself or for a client?
For yourself.
For myself?
Or for your client, either one.
Well, we just we ran a competition in Florida last month, and we placed 6th out of 51 dogs. So I'm very proud of that. And that was an obedience competition. For clients, I would say I had one client who had a German Shepherd puppy, and it was very energetic and excitable, and she was an older lady. So I felt really proud that I could help her learn how to keep her dog under control and be successful.
So you got the puppy and the lady in sync.
Yes.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah, and she actually doesn't need me anymore, so I guess that's good.
Well, isn't that what you're
I
trying to
worked
do?
myself out of a job.
Hey, look, I'm sure if you're that good with those dogs, you can find some more clients.
Yeah.
All right, are we ready to start a tour?
Absolutely.
There's
Let me
Rory.
flag someone.
All right, we're going on a tour. There's so many people here.